Hi, this is Chris Davis from Gear, and I'm here in Barcelona for Mobile World Congress 2015, and I've got the new HP Spectre x360. It's the company's latest ultra-portable laptop, latest in the Spectre series, and this is the Windows PC notebook that they think is going to take on Apple's MacBook Air. It's an impressive aluminum machine, has a 13.3-inch display, full keyboard, backlit of course. This is the full HD touchscreen version, though there will be a quad HD version too, and of course it runs Windows 8.1 at the moment with a Windows 10 update when that's ready to be released. £3.26 or less. The quad HD version is actually a little bit less than that, and when closed it's just 15.9 millimeters thick, which means it's a really portable, lightweight machine. The hinges on the back, you might see, are pretty special, and that's because they're actually full 360-degree hinges. So this is one of those notebooks which converts all the way around into a tablet form factor and rotates obviously to suit. So it's still just about light enough for you to hold with one hand. Probably for anything longer than casual browsing you'll want to prop it up on your lap or in the crook of your arm, but it also means that you can stand it up and use it for presentations, or if you're on a plane, such as to Barcelona for instance, you can turn it round, and even if the person in the seat in front of you puts their seat all the way back, you can still watch Netflix on the Windows Netflix app for instance. And while you're doing that, there's a pretty impressive battery life too. So HP's been working really closely with Microsoft on everything down to the removing the disk activity light, because that was using a few milliamps of power, and so they've managed to squeeze 12.5 hours of battery out of this for a single day. And with different things like kind of adjusting how the processor and the graphics work and how they kick in when you're watching things like the Netflix app, you get a lot more time with this than a comparable Windows machine, or indeed they're talking about it being very competitive with a MacBook Air. A couple of other nice features. The keyboard has a full 1.5mm pitch, and HP has worked really hard to make sure that the feel of the keys is great. So it's actually a really nice typing experience, even though it's an ultra portable. The trackpad on the bottom is glass. It's pretty responsive, feels great, and it's extra wide as well, so you do get more room for Windows gestures, and that will also be even more important when you have the extra Windows gestures in Windows 10. The hinges are pretty special too. HP's done a lot of work on making them sort of low profile, and so that even when you rotate the screen around, it changes the torque rating so that it's suitable for whatever kind of position you're going to be holding it in. So the torque for having the screen upright like that is going to be slightly different to having the screen upright like that, which makes a very small amount of difference perhaps, but it does mean that HP is saying that in 3 years' time, you know, this hinge mechanism will feel just as sturdy as it does on day one. And speaking of day one, that's going to be March 15th in Best Buy with a $9.99 configuration, though there will be a $8.99 configuration as well. Following on in April, there'll be the Quad HD version, and that's using full Core i5 and Core i7 processors with all solid-state memory, full-size ports, 3 USB ports, all with charge and support even while the notebook's powered off, full-size HDMI, mini display port, and you get a Ethernet dongle to plug into one of the USB ports in the box. All in all, it's a really impressive Windows notebook, but what really singles this out is the degree to which HP and Microsoft have worked together. Everything from the very smallest kind of tweaks, such as what order the drivers boot up in when it loads up, little things like that, which cumulatively mean that you have a faster, more responsive notebook, and one that just kind of feels more cohesive. So it resumes from sleep in 3.2 seconds, goes into sleep in 1.7 seconds. It's just a lot quicker than you might expect from even a high-end notebook from another Windows OEM. HP's saying that that's something they're going to carry forward, though maybe it's not going to be quite to the same OCD extent in some of their more affordable notebooks. But if one of the reasons you've kept away from Windows PCs and Windows notebooks in the past and stuck maybe to OS X is Apple's kind of cohesiveness of hardware and software, then this is definitely a sign that HP and Microsoft are looking to do something different along those lines. It'll be out in March from $8.99. We'll have a full review up on the site very soon. This is Chris Davis of Gear in Barcelona for Mobile World Congress 2015. Thanks very much for watching.